All right. Welcome back to the online edition of CMIS422 Information Security. Crazy times call for crazy hats. And looking at my wardrobe, trying to figure out what hat and t-shirt to wear today. Had to make some fashion choices. The hat's a little ironic considering we're starting to get some actual spring weather, which I'm super happy about. But I got to tell you, if you're like me, you're about sick and tired of being cooped up, and I feel you. So, Crazy Hat Day. Today's concert t-shirt is brought to you by the classic rock band Toto. Yes, Toto. That's the cover of their 1983 album. But this is the concert t-shirt from their 40 Trips Around the Sun tour. My wife and I went to go see Toto in Chicago last year at the Chicago Theater in Chicago. Just a gorgeous, gorgeous theater. Take the Fox Theater in St. Louis and amp it up a little bit on the elegance level. It was impressive. Great show. My favorite part about the concert was probably when they did the theme song to the movie Dune. Now, the backstory is Toto did the soundtrack for the movie Dune, the sci-fi movie Dune in the 80s. And I've always loved the soundtrack. I listen to the soundtrack all the time. I did not expect them to do a deep pull like that and do it live. You know, one of my favorite bands doing a soundtrack from one of my favorite movies about a book from one of my favorite authors, Frank Herbert. So yeah, I was in my happy place then. Here's a little snippet, and hopefully I don't get in trouble with the copyright police, but hey, this is how I roll. So this is the same tour I went to. This is, normally I would play Africa for you, their big hit, but let's do their other big hit. They had a bunch of big hits, but this one's good. Just a little taste.
Are you guys ready? I want to hear you sing.
Okay, I better pause this before the copyright police catch up with me. Okay. Okay, we need to talk about some things today, not least of which is I need to explain how the videos this week are going to work. It's a little bit different because, my apologies, but I'm going to give you some reruns. I pre-recorded some lectures 2 years back, and I'm going to share those links with you. It's like 95% the same, and especially the stuff that we're talking about this week with physical security. Physical security hasn't changed with the one obvious exception in the world today, but I'll talk about that in a second. We want to cover the results of the exam. I want to talk about test out. Okay, assignments you've got coming up. I do want you to keep using Microsoft Teams, so imagine I've called on you just now and asked you, do you have a security news item to share with the class? And you will go, yes, of course, Uncle Tim, I'm prepared and I have a news article. Just post it in Microsoft Teams. There's a channel, a sub-channel, if you will, for security news. That's where I want you to post it. And deliverable number 3 is, apparently due today. If you haven't gotten it done yet, just get it done as soon as you can. Things are batshit crazy, okay? Just get it done as soon as you can. Deliverable 3 is just a status report on test out, and I'll give you some tips on how to be successful in test out. Homework 6 is due April 6th, and I'm trying to take it as easy on you as I can and still achieve the course objectives for CMIS 422. So homework number 6 is just going to be another test out lab, which you would have to do anyway for the test out certification. Heads up, the deliverable number 4 is a biggie. That's taking the full practice exam in test out for Security Pro. and I want you to do that by 4:15. I can give you like a little wiggle room of a couple of days if you need more time, but I need you to kind of stay on track so that you're ready to take the full certification exam by the end of the semester. And I'll probably show you next time where that is in Test Out, but it's the full Security Pro practice exam, not one of the little subdomains, but the full Security Pro practice exam, which will take you about 2 hours. It's not for points. I take off points. You get a 10% penalty on the assignment if you don't do it, but otherwise there's no points involved. This is just to make sure that you understand what's expected of you in the certification exam. Speaking of exams, here's how you guys did. The numbers over here are from previous semesters, so of course the average and median are up, considering this was a at-home exam, not an in-class exam, which might have something to do with it. But I was satisfied with how people did, and if there are any questions that you think were poorly phrased that I need to work on, that I can improve, please give me that feedback. Maybe more importantly, I do want to share with you the results of the survey questions. Those 3 survey questions that I asked you to fill out in the exam. Let me pull that out. Let's see, the first one was, given the whole coronavirus situation, are you experiencing any technological challenges, limited or no easy access to broadband internet? 12 out of 17 of you said you were not having issues. 5 of you said that you were having some issues, and nobody was having any serious problems in this class. The second number is for 468. Looked like nobody was having serious problems in this class, which is nice. But that's not the whole situation. Number 2, given the whole situation, are you experiencing any personal challenges? Illness, childcare, living stress, anxiety. 5 of you said that you were okay. That's kind of a low number. 10 of you said that you have good days and bad days. My personal life is causing me some anxiety. This is where I am right now. My family is driving me crazy with kind of reckless, irresponsible behavior. I hope you're not going out. They shouldn't be going out. Nobody should be going out unless you need groceries, medical supplies, and even in the grocery situation, I've got a whole dirty table, clean table in the garage set up. All the groceries go onto the dirty table. We pull everything out of the boxes and unbox it and put it onto the clean table, and then disinfect everything. It's a crazy situation. 2 of you said that you're freaking out. I will try to go through all the exams and see if I can see who is in this kind of danger category. But if I don't reach out to you, please reach out to me. Just let me know what's going on. I don't know if I can help. I don't think wearing a crazy hat is going to help your situation much, but if I can bring a smile to your face for a little bit, that's worthwhile. But let me know how you're doing with the whole freak out situation. Number 3, given the new online format, are you experiencing any issues in Microsoft Teams? This is interesting for me. 16 out of 17 of you say that you can get logged in just fine. 1 person is struggling with getting logged in. I don't see evidence of that in Microsoft Teams, because I would say the level of posting is way, way lower than I would like it to be. So go ahead and, throw something in there. It'll make my day. I swear to God, it'll just make my day if you post something in Microsoft Teams. Okay, anything. Anything. Maybe not anything, but, keep it clean. So that's what's going on with the exam. For Test Out, if I could just give you some quick advice. Amidst all the freak out that's happening right now, and you're concerned about how you're going to get through all the material this semester, please remember that in Test Out, I do not expect you to go through every single module, word for word, line for line, watching every single video, taking every single practice exam. The key to success, if you don't have time to do anything else and want to have a fighting chance, be the mouse. Be the mouse is my advice. Now, what do I mean by that? I mean the certification exam is based on all of the labs, which lab sims, which are, they have a little mouse icon, little mouse icon by them. for all the labs. If you, at a minimum, just do all the labs and test out, you'll have a fighting chance of getting through the certification exam. Now, based on past experience, successful students spend between 25 and 30 hours total in test out. So if you look at your dashboard in test out, it'll tell you how many hours you've got in there. It'll kind of give you a sense of how far behind you are. But don't let that stress you. You know, if you're at 10 hours, be the mouse. It's my advice there. A quick announcement for you. We're offering a new class this fall. If you're interested in cybersecurity as a career, I strongly recommend that you sign up for this class. Right now, it's got a CMIS422 number, which is the special topics number, and in the future it'll be called CMIS427, given a dedicated number. But right now, for the fall, it's 495. Security and Analytics. This will be taught by Dr. Joe Vithayathil, who is like me. He has a bunch of industry experience that he brings into the classroom. I think he's a funny guy. I think he's very entertaining. You will definitely learn something in this class. I can't tell you how much this security, the intersection of security analytics, is the skill set that hiring managers are desperately looking for in the St. Louis area. Okay, our executive board keeps telling us this over and over and over again. So if you are interested in cybersecurity, please sign up for this class. Just do yourself a favor. If you can squeeze it into your schedule as an elective, it'll help. It'll help you a lot. We talked about this. Throw me a bone in Microsoft Teams, just some security news article. There actually are other security issues besides coronavirus. That happens to be the one that's on everybody's mind right now, and there are some implications for information security, to be sure. So throw your examples in there, and let's all try to educate each other, okay? Because I can't stay on top of everything myself. Okay, Chapter 9. It's all about physical security, which I think is a super easy concept because it is tangible. It's stuff you can touch. You can see it, you can touch it. It's a little easier for students to understand the principles in this chapter. The things that this chapter gets into are specifically specific physical threats, and then physical security considerations, what physical access control is all about. I'm highlighting the word fire because fire is the #1 physical security threat, bar none. There are other threats. Fire is #1. Some kind of techie details around how UPS systems work and generators and such that you need to know. Countermeasures for physical theft. These are physical issues we have to deal with. Now, in the lecture video, the rerun that I'm going to show you, I make the point that physical security is easier for students to understand thanks to Hollywood. And then I go on to give a lot of very cheesy examples from Hollywood movies. Just don't fight it. Just go with it. And all of this is to make the underlying point that physical security is at least as important as logical security. Logical, i.e. network application security, logical security. But I don't think it's easy to understand because of Hollywood anymore. Now I think it's easy to understand physical security because of coronavirus and COVID-19. So everything that medical personnel have to wear now are physical security controls. These are controls. So on the list of physical security controls, personal protection devices and social distancing itself is a great example of a physical security control. So that's the big item that I would add to this rerun to make it current. Now, Uncle Tim, what do you mean by rerun? Here's what I mean by reruns. I created some YouTube videos a while back, and I think this was when I went to Hawaii a couple of years ago where I made these videos. So there are 4 parts. This 4th one does show the vishing with the crying baby example in it, so you can kind of skip that part. But what I'm going to do is post links for this introductory video that you're watching right now, plus these other 4 videos, and that'll get you through the entire Chapter 9 on physical security. So I won't post anything else the rest of the week. This covers the entire chapter for the whole week. So I guess that's it. And man, let me know if you're struggling. Just hang in there. We will get through this semester together. I promise you. Let me know how I can help. Peace.